Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of Morgan's friends that have joined us for this video. And we're going to continue where we left off in the last video with our inputs and outputs. So let's get this show on the road, and let's go have the machine read us the manual that deals with what we're going to be talking about today.
Python TV40. Input and output. When you don't need fancy output but just want a quick display of some variables for debugging purposes, you can convert any value to a string with the repr, or str, functions. The str function is meant to return representations of values which are fairly human-readable, while repr is meant to generate representations which can be read by the interpreter, or will force a syntax error if there is no equivalent syntax. For objects which don't have a particular representation for human consumption, str will return the same value as repr. Many values, such as numbers or structures like lists and dictionaries, have the same representation using either function. Strings, in particular, have two distinct representations.
All right. Now, just give it time, let it sink in. You might need to rewrite this a couple of times. Okay. We'll have some examples here of the string and the repr, or whatever you want to call it. I've gone ahead and I've taken this code and I've put it in some code that we're going to run here in a minute. All right. And anyway, so we can see exactly what these functions return. All right. Now let's go ahead and just finish up the this bit of reading, and then we'll go on and move on to the code.
The string module contains a template class that offers yet another way to substitute values into strings, using placeholders like $x, and replacing them with values from a dictionary, but offers much less control of the formatting.
That doesn't seem like it belongs here. Maybe that's going to end up in the next video. Okay, I think that let's just forget about that for right now. Anyway, let's go over and look at the code that we've got. All right, well, here we have the code. Okay, where we have the string and the repr, and this is what it should print out, and I've already run the code, and that is exactly what's going to happen. So before I actually show the code, let's just walk through it and so you see what happens. So this is a string, and regardless of what function you use, it pretty much returns the same thing. Now here's something interesting. This is 1/7, which returns this interesting number. Okay, and then here you have something similar to what we did in the last video, where we've got these functions embedded in a string, and then we're going to print it out, and it will have this number there. Okay, and then here it just shows you that if you put in the hello world, now if you put this in the print by itself, it would go to create another line. You wouldn't see that end, but because we're using these functions, you actually see everything there. And then of course, here we go with the similar thing where we do it, and we've included this little bit of string material along with the numbers. All right, now let me just go ahead and pause the video here if you want to go and try and recopy that. All right, let's pause the video here. There you go. All right, with that, let's go ahead and run this and see the output. And here we have the output, and as you can see, it's pretty much done exactly what we expected it to do. This is just so that you can verify that it does what it's supposed to do. All right, so there you go. All right, so that's it for today's video. Go out, have some fun, try not to get into too much trouble. We'll see you in the next video.